this is my septic system here, and the 2x6s that are together and stacked is what I mentioned before about having an access panel. I cut these 2x6 boards at my brother's place, and this is some of the 2x6s I've spent days and days taking nails out of so I can use around here. So I'm finally getting to use some of it. So I've treated everything, I've gotten them together, and this is the way it's going to be. So I'm going to have a cover over this so that dirt and everything won't get in there, because that's my main prevention method, is to just keep dirt out. So all this area over here will get filled up to ground level, and that also. So part of this will be sticking up. So once I put the top on, it'll still be above ground. Now, I have a little bit of concern about the tanks trying to pop up or anything or something like that. So I'm hoping I have enough water in them, and we'll get enough water in them before I get out of here so that they won't pop up. But at any rate, all of this is going to be covered. There'll be a top on it, and I'll be able to access it. So as I said before, I'll be able to maintain this and make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. If it gets full, too full or whatever, I can actually have it pumped out, and I'll be able to do some repair work if necessary. Hopefully it won't be necessary, because that'll be a lot of work. But at least I have the option of doing it if I need to. So the next step is to wrap some tar paper around it to keep the dirt off of it. I've treated it so the termites won't bother it. I hope they won't bother it all forever, but I don't know how long it'll last, since it will be buried, but it has been treated. So I'm looking at least good, hopefully 10 or 20 years or something, where it's not being bothered, and we'll just have to go from there. So I'll walk you over here where I've actually cut the top that goes on it. So this will cover the whole thing. I'll put screws in it so that I can take it off whenever I need to. And I'll put that on after I get the tar paper on, because once I get the tar paper on, I'm going to start throwing dirt. And I'm going to put tar paper on top of this to protect it from the water also. It's been treated for termites also. So that should keep them away, and the tar paper, so I should get a bunch of years use out of it before I have to do anything, is what I'm hoping for. So that's what we have. Once I get this on, get the tar paper on and get this on, then I can start actually putting dirt in, and that's going to be interesting. Now, I don't know if you saw it, but I don't even know what I should call this thing. My access panel actually kind of follows the route of the landscape. The barrels go downhill, so this actually go downhill also, following the tops of the barrels, because each barrel is just a little bit slightly lower than the other. So you can kind of tell that the way, or you may not, but the way the landscape is, or the topography, however you want to call it, it's going downhill. So I'm just going to leave it like that so that it will be above ground and you'll know it. So there won't be a problem with anybody running into it, because there shouldn't be anybody coming back here with vehicles at all. So at any rate, I'm going to end this video and get started. It's a little hot out today. I think it's about 72 degrees right now, and my shade is coming back towards the house. So I need to go ahead and start working because I'm going to be over here in these dirt piles, piling it back on over here. So I'm going to go ahead and get busy and get that started so that I don't burn up out here too much. The bull nets came back. I had to put my hat on. I'm going to go back in and get it because it's hot out, so I need a little covering to make sure that I don't catch a heat stroke or something like that. All things septic are finished, or at least I'm done. So the hole from the house all the way out to the actual septic tanks themselves, the septic barrels, whatever you want to call them, are covered and done. So right here, this big spot here is where the tanks are. I have access to them if I need it, which is why that is sitting there. And I've covered all of this, which is my leach line, all the way out for about 20 feet. So there's just a little bit more left to cover, but I'm going to leave that for next time. I'm sure by the time I get back, some of this will have sunk in, which is okay because I have more dirt over here to put in on top of that, and more over here. So I'll do that if necessary when I come back, but that's pretty much it. So the only thing left to do is install the toilet, and I will more than likely do that tonight. Of course, it's going to be my last night here, so I won't get a chance to use the toilet very much, but when I come back, it'll be all good because I won't have to go out and use a hole in the woods as I have since I've been here, and I won't have to get up in the middle of the night and go outside to use the bathroom. When I need to do that in the middle of the night, I can go inside like a lot of folk do with bathrooms. That will be a great thing. So that's where this part ends, and I move on to something else, namely my water tank. See if I can do anything with that before I go to get it up and going to capture some water while I'm away. Since I have a toilet now, I will need water to flush it, and the rainwater will be a perfect thing to use for flushing my toilet. So anyway, the end of this video is upon us, and I am going to continue on. I got a few more hours of daylight, so I'm going to try and use that to get some more work done and try and get everything buttoned up for getting out of here tomorrow. So it's been a great trip. Got a lot done, got trees cut out. I got more tin here from the last time. Then I got that backhoe over there, which was used to dig the hole for the septic. And looking back at it, if I had to do that myself physically, wow, it would take so much time. This hole was dug on Monday. I think Sunday, yes, I think Monday. So I've been working on it since then, and it's Saturday. Now I've done a couple other things in between just to take a break, but it's still a long time, and a lot of that was just covering the hole back up. So there is a lot to do when you're talking about the septic. So I am so grateful that I was able to get this backhoe here and have the hole dug instead of me trying to do it myself, because that was a thought I had, because I can't really wait around for someone else to do it if their schedule is different from mine, because I only have so much time here, so I just have to do what I can do. So it's great that I was able to get this backhoe here and get it done. Of course, I didn't do it myself. My cousin, it's his backhoe, and he actually came out and did it for me. Now this lumber here, or this wood from a tree, is something my son and I cut. I have to take it and stack it up on my pile, because since I have a wood burning stove inside that's not completely installed, I'm going to use this wood here to chop and burn in a wood burning stove, because instead of me taking all the trees I cut down away to my brother's house or something, I'm going to actually use it myself so that I can keep my fire going. I just have to cover it. I've gotten it up.